Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie Bell, if you haven't been here before, and I do videos on makeup and beauty and skincare. And so today I'm really excited. I'm going to do a tutorial video. I'm going to try someone else's tutorial and just see how I do. So the reason I got into YouTube was because I watched lots of YouTube videos and Instagram videos and really just fell in love with makeup. So this is like the reason why I'm here. The makeup artist that I've really fallen in love with recently is Katie Jane Hughes. I love how she does such dramatic eyes, but still keeps a really natural base. Nothing cakey, nothing too powdery, just lets her natural face shine through. And that is really my favorite thing, favorite way I like to look using makeup. So I'm really excited. I'm going to do her red lip tutorial. And so I'm not sure if it was a good idea to pick Katie Jane Hughes because she is like one of the most popular makeup artists and she is amazing. So we'll see how we do. I'll do a before and after and kind of show you my look and her look. But before we get started, I'm going to clip my hair back and I'm going to start watching her tutorial and then kind of go back and forth watching the tutorial and then doing my own makeup. So let's see what she tells us to do first. So the first thing she does is put concealer by her eyebrow, but she's really just concealing her microblading that she'd done before, and I don't feel the need to do that. So I'm going to keep moving forward. So first she puts some concealer on a small brush. That's another thing I love is she just uses her eyeshadow brushes to put concealer on instead of like blending brushes or anything like that. And so, whoa, I'm dropping everything. So we'll pull that out and we will fix that later. So I'm going to use my brush. It doesn't have a name on it at all. So when my brushes go nameless, I don't know what they are. So another thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to be using my own products. That's way too much concealer. My own products because my idea for my channel is just to encourage you to enjoy makeup without having to feel like you have to have all the makeup that everyone has. And so instead of going out and buying everything that she used, I'm just going to use what I have. So the first thing we're going in with is concealer. The only concealer I own is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And it's okay. It's a little thick for me, so I'm not probably going to use as much as she does. But I really do like that brightening in the inner eye. I have a lot of dark circles around there. So there is the concealer on the eye, and then we're going to move forward and see what she tells us to do next. So next she just goes in with concealer around her face. Now I personally don't love my concealer for my face. It's just a little thick. So I'm actually going to go around and use some foundation and put that around my face. And she mentions that because we are doing a red lip, you want to conceal around the lip, especially to accent that red lip. So I'm just gonna really focus the foundation around there, and then everywhere else will just be more of a try not to get any on your lip. Everywhere else will just be more of a color correction and not really putting too much foundation on. Like I said, that's what I really like about Katie Jane Hughes is that she really encourages to let your natural skin shine through instead of just caking on the foundation. So since I've been watching her, I just have felt like I can use so much less foundation. I can just kind of correct my skin and where I see that it's red or where I need a little bit of coverage. And then everywhere else, you just let your skin shine through. And it's really, well, it saves a lot on product, but it's really helped. I mean, you can see I don't have very much foundation on right now, but I've got a good coverage going. Most of my redness is in my cheeks, so I like to cover there. And like I said, I wanted to conceal around the lips. I'm I'm going to get some off of the lips because I went too far. I consider. Okay, and then she doesn't do this with her, and it may be because her foundation is different than mine, but I do like to press it in a little bit with my beauty blender, mainly because sometimes when I use a brush, it just leaves lines. So that is the base that I have right now, and we're going to move on to the next step. So we just did a little bit of base, and then we're going right into the red lip. So her idea is to work with the lip because that's going to be the focal point of the look, and then move out from there and decide what you want with your eyes and what you want to do with your face. She even mentions if you, a lot of times we end with lipstick and then we're like, oh, that was too much or that wasn't enough lip. And so if you do that a lot, she mentions that you can start with lip and then go backwards, and that can help. And I was talking about use a lot less product. You can see I have way, way too much product on my hand for my foundation because I thought I needed more, but you really don't need more when you're just filling it in. So next step is we are going in with the red lip. Now she uses a NARS matte, and I'm actually using a lip oil, and so it will look a little bit different. But I'm really excited to use this. I haven't used this yet. This is the MAC Shot of Color lip oil in the color So Full On. It is super red, super beautiful and shiny, and I am, like I said, really excited to use these. I don't know if you watch Alana Rama on YouTube. Love her, also a great makeup artist, and someone I should probably do one of her tutorials too because she's really fun to watch and absolutely hilarious. Anyway, she recommended these. These are like her favorite lips right now, and they're amazing. So I'm excited to use this for my red lip. It's not going to have the same matte lip look, but it will definitely give us the red lip. So all that to say, go back into the red lip, and that's what we're going to do first. She just says to put a little bit on the inner inside of your lip so that you're not going all the way up to the edge, because she mentions over and over in the tutorial that you can always add more, but with red lipstick it's really hard to take away. So I'm just going to put a little bit here. She just says apply it very lightly. I think I could get a little bit more on my brush. And see how I'm not going all the way to the edge? I'm doing that on the top too. And then she just suggests to rub it in with your own lips. And see how far you can get it to transfer without even getting any more out of the tube, and without even using your doe foot either. A doe foot is a great way to apply red lipstick. So like if you can get a matte red lipstick, or if you prefer the shiny, which I'm doing right now. So I've got it transferred as much as I can, I think. And so then she just suggests to go in and bring it along, still trying to stay away from the edge of the lip because you are, like I said, it's easier to take away than to add than to take away. So filling in as I go. Oh, notice I have not re-dipped into this lipstick. It does say a lot about the lipstick, but it also says a lot about the application. Just trying to get it to go as far as possible. So I feel like I've applied it with one dip, so I'm going to go in and see what she suggests to do next. All right, so she says once you start seeing more of a finished result, to start like opening up your mouth a little bit and just seeing if you got it everywhere that you want it. There's nothing worse than smiling with a red lip and having something missing. So she goes like this, and you can kind of, this is a great look. You can kind of see that I need to add a little more there. So you should just, when you're going back in, just get a little bit from the top. You don't need to dip all the way in, because you don't really need that much product when you're filling in. Sorry, I'm using a mirror over here, and that's making it worse, isn't it? You can't see me. Okay, pretty happy with that. There is one little spot I went over, so I'm gonna use my makeup remover to do that. It is really hard to remove red lipstick, so make sure you're very, very careful. The next thing she suggests is to look and make sure the top and the bottom are even. So she says to put your head down like this, and you can look right here and just see if you want to add any more, take any more away. And then you go up to see if the bottom is even, and I even pull it a little bit to see, and I'm happy with it. I don't like going over my line. You may be able to see. I like to go right on it, so it is going to look like I have a small lip, but I kind of like that look. So that's the red lip, the main attraction of the look. And then we are going to go on and finish up the rest of the look. And so let me go back and see what she tells us to do. Something that I forgot to mention was that when she says that if you do feel like it's uneven, she just takes a little bit of concealer and uses a little thin makeup brush. Let's see if I have one. Something like this, where you could go right up on the edge and just fill in places that maybe you would have gone over. But like I said, I feel like I like the way this looks right now, and I'm not going to go in with concealer for myself. She next went in with a little bit more foundation, but I put on a little bit more than she did at the beginning, and so I'm good with where my base is looking. So secondly, she did blush. Now, she did something that I'm not sure will work with my lipstick because it's a gloss, but I am going to try it and do it ever so lightly, and then maybe, you know, we'll have to take it off and go back from there. But what she does, and I see her doing this on her Instagram a lot, is that she takes a little bit of her lip color and she puts it on her cheeks. It gives it a really good look to you know, everything's matching, but it's a little bit lighter shade, and it really just brings the color all together. So I'm going to see how this works. We'll see. We may have to do something else. So she just gets a really fluffy brush, something like this. She just gets a little bit on her lip, and then just puts it on her cheek. And that kind of works, actually. You can kind of see it. It might even give it kind of, because it's glossy, it might actually give it more of a shiny look, which, I mean, we all love dewy. Well, most of us do probably. I kind of like that, actually. I'm surprised. She uses that for her blush, and I think that that is brilliant. I don't even know how I got so much color. It's like amazing. I've actually never done that before, where I take my lip color and make it my blush color. And I can go crazy with blush, so I'm gonna stop there. But I really like that it's kind of glowy. I always bring my blush up a little bit. I love color, so that's why I'm doing that. So love that new technique. Gonna use that. Use your lip to make a little bit of your own blush. Let's move on to the next step. All right, next she took a makeup pencil, and she put a little bit in the waterline at the bottom of her eye. I am using the Trustique. I got these in a FabFitFun box maybe a year ago, I think. And the color, I don't know, is Pink Pearl. I love this little pearly color. It's really good for a waterline. If it'll let me focus. I'm not sure if it will. There we go. You can kind of see how it's a little pearly. She suggests to just put it a little tiny bit under the waterline, not bringing it all the way back. She says that looks a little bit unnatural, but just bringing it a little, like quarter of the way in, like that. Adds a little bit of a shine and brightens the eye a little bit. So you can kind of see, like in the waterline here, that there's a little bit of like that pearly color. All right, excited to see what we're going to do with the eye, so let's continue. All right, next she uses a camel tone, is what she calls it, type of eyeshadow. So I went through my eyeshadows to try to find one. Remember, I'm trying to do this with my own makeup to kind of encourage you, like, hey, you can do all these looks with the makeup that you own without having to buy new makeup. So I have this makeup palette from Winky Lux. It's the coffee palette, which is a perfect name for me because I have my coffee right here. And it's supposed to be coffee scented, but I don't really think it is. Definitely doesn't smell like anything right now. These are the colors. For the camel look, I'm going to use the color right here, and it's called Cappuccino. So I'm going to go in with Cappuccino. Hers looked a little bit lighter than mine in the palette that she used, but I think we can work with it. She just went in and got that color all over the lid and went and blew it out just a little bit. When you have a red lip, you really don't need much in terms of an eye look. I mean, you can do bold eye and bold, you can do whatever you want, but you don't have to because, like I said, the focal point of the look is the lip, and so you kind of just want to accent it with all the rest of your makeup, hence like putting the blush on that's the same color as the lip, doing more of a toned down eye. And that is all I believe she does with her eyes. So I just blended that out just a little bit, just to give a little bit of color. And that's the only color she put on. So let's move on. I think the next step is mascara. And then lastly, well, not lastly, but one of the last things she does is some mascara. She normally uses a Marc Jacobs mascara. She wasn't using one in that one because she said it wasn't working or something. Anyways, so she used a Maybelline one, but I'm going to use a Marc Jacobs one just because I have it. It's actually the only thing that she mentions that I actually own. But I got this, I think, in some kind of box or like a Sephora gift or something like that. And so I'm going to use that. Be more careful than I was because I got some on my eyelid already, which makes me so annoyed because I don't do anything to get it on my eyelid. Here we go. I love the difference between putting mascara on and not having. I mean, look at that. It's just crazy. Mascara, you are my friend. I'm just going slow because I got some on my eyelid on the other side. I do that a lot. I don't know if that's my eyelashes that transfer it so easily or if I'm just clumsy, but I'll clean it up once it dries a little bit. Okay, I think that's about it for the eyes. Let's see. I think she does a couple more base products and then we're almost done.
I'm doing a little bit of the makeup for that.
Okay, and then lastly, she just does some bronzer. And so I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty. She uses, I think she uses a Charlotte Tilbury. She also uses a setting powder, and I am not really, I've never found a setting powder I really need. I have very dry and textured skin, and I feel like it just brings more texture into the skin. And so instead, I'm just going to go straight in with I do use a powdered bronzer, so that kind of helps set some things. And I just don't feel the need, unless I'm like all day long, you know, a big makeup look, but I don't feel the need to have setting powder most of the time. Okay, that's bronzer, we've got blush, we've got eyes, everything is done. The one thing I would say is that when I put the blush on my cheeks using the lips, I feel like it's not as red anymore. So I'm just going to go over real quick with one more little swipe with the makeup with doe foot applicator. Because I really, really want it to be red. And this is where maybe the matte would have stuck a little bit better. But I don't have a matte red lipstick, so we're going to have to do this. This is still going to have to do. Sorry, I get weird sometimes. So anyways, this is the final look. I'm really excited. I love it. I love a red lip. I feel like I never know what kind of eyes to do, and I love the idea of like really not doing too much with your eye, and that really can work too. So this is really awesome. I'm gonna put a picture of what she looked like versus what I look like with this makeup look. See how you think I did, and I'm excited to do some more makeup tutorials like this. I would love to do Alana Rama, Jamie Genevieve, Katie Jane Hughes, more of hers. She is doing a makeup academy kind of thing right now on Instagram, and so she puts out a look, and then 24 hours later, you do the look and post it. She put some on her Instagram that she likes. Haven't done it yet. I'm a little nervous, but I think I should do that too because this was really fun. Thanks for watching. I'll list everything that I use below. And as always, if you have any questions, then just put it in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.